My boyfriend has started pretending to be bad at basic life stuff like dishes and laundry, like he can't do it, so I do it. I felt pretty frustrated with that and told him straight up that I knew he didn't forget how to clean since he moved in with me. He was always very competent living alone, and I didn't appreciate him forgetting how to do chores. I said that when I asked him to do dishes, and he refused and refused until he finally did them wrong, that I was not that stupid. He said he was trying his best, and I was wrong for saying he was trying to manipulate me, and that from his perspective, I asked him to do something, and he did it the best he could, and I kept at him because it wasn't up to my impossibly high standards, and he couldn't win, and he wanted me to believe him when he said he was trying. Anyway, this might be petty, but I decided to give believing him a try. So, he had bleach stained my favorite little black dress, so instead of getting mad, the next time he had a family event, I put it on. He asked me if I was really going to wear that. It looked messy. I said that I loved the dress, and I understood that accidents happen, so I wasn't mad or upset if it had bleach spots. I thought it looked kind of cool. He said he really thought it looked bad, and I said if he wants, he could use a Sharpie on the white spots real quick in the Uber. It ended up looking even worse. His mom said that she thought I had spilled something on my dress and offered me a napkin. I said, "Oh, actually, boyfriend spilled some bleach on our last load of laundry a few days ago. Just a little mistake, but he tried to cover it up. And it was so sweet. He was trying to learn how to do laundry and chip in more at home when I was swamped with work, even if he used the wrong bottle." And his mom and sister made kinda what faces? Because I think they knew he knows how to do laundry and isn't just learning. He's 30, lived at home for a while during college, has lived alone for a while, and his whole family must know he knows how to wash clothes. Another time we were having dinner, and he had done the dishes but put some of the cups and bowls in the dishwasher upside down, so they filled with dirty dishwater. So I took those bowls and cups, dumped them out in the sink, but didn't wash them further, and served his food in them. He said it was dirty, and I was like, "They just came out of the dishwasher. It's just water, it's fine." He said no, it was disgusting. And I said it was really no biggie. I was getting over my impossibly high cleanliness standards, and I really didn't think that it was that gross. The last time, I had cooked for a work party of his. After cooking, the dish needed to cool for about 30 minutes, then be refrigerated. I had plans with my friends that night, and I asked him to put the dish away after it cooled. He forgot. The next morning, he noticed the dish was never refrigerated. I said it was fine, it was just a mistake, and it would probably be fine to eat. There wasn't a lot of meat in it. He got frustrated and said that you can't serve meat left out overnight, even if it's only a little. And I said, "Oh, I think it should be okay. Stuff happens." He stopped being so lazy about chores after he realized I seemed to be okay with leaving stuff poorly done and that he'll be living with it. But I feel a little petty for having been dishonest about it. I hate how my bleached dress looked, and my stomach turns at dirty dish soap and unrefrigerated meat. Am I the idiot for being petty? Not the idiot. You're a genius. It's not petty. It's refusing to let him externalize the cost of his behavior to you. I think it's brilliant, and you should keep doing it whenever this comes up. If he's truly being willfully incompetent, you will get the results you see here, and he'll have to cut the crap out. If it's an area where it is truly your higher standards, you'll see that when he doesn't care, and you'll be able to decide what to do with that information. Well done. I don't think she was a genius. She wasted a lot of time not dumping this lazy idiot. Keeping this up for any long-term relationship sounds exhausting. I would just feel trapped and resentful at my partner. If I had to do all of this just to maintain some parity, why don't you just dump him, OP? Rather than be petty, upgrade yourself. Most people can't just dump someone when they want to live together with that person. Everybody has flaws, and some are worse, but you can't just dump your partner because they can be lazy. What OP did apparently changed something in her partner and taught him something much better and healthier than just leaving him. My 34 female, baby cousin Amy, 24, asked me to be a bridesmaid. Background: I have bad eyesight and wear glasses. I only take them off to shower and sleep. Before the wedding, Amy told me another bridesmaid would get contacts specifically for this, implying I should as well. I reminded Amy that I don't wear contacts, but she can pick which set I wear since I have multiple pairs of frames. I showed her all of my options. She picks the neon pink ones because she likes how they look with my dress. Fast forward to the day of the wedding. While we're getting ready, Amy's mom, my aunt, asked me if I need access to the mirror to put in my contacts. I'm like, no, I don't wear contacts. And she makes this disgusted face, but I find somewhere else to be before she can keep talking. We get all lined up, and Amy's mom starts fussing about my glasses again. She asked if I can take them off for the ceremony, which is a huge no. I cannot see anything without my glasses. She asks if I have a less flashy pair, and I say no, this is the only pair I brought. Amy tells her mom it's okay, and they kind of tussle, but the ceremony is starting, so that's the end of it. Now it's time for photos, and yet again, Amy's mom is coming for my medically required accessibility aids. She's telling me I'm ruining the photos and to take off my glasses. I protest that I can't see without my glasses. She says I don't need to see to smile. I say I'm not comfortable putting my glasses down somewhere strange, and she offers to hold them for me. I ask why the photographer can't adjust the lights, but the photographer has a very clear, "Don't bring me into this" reaction. Poor guy. This whole time, Amy's either trying to tell her mom to lay off or pleading with me to just do it. Finally, I said that I do not want to be photographed without my glasses, and that's final. If I'm ruining the photos so much, they can continue without me. I take my bouquet and leave. Later at the reception, I keep my distance from Amy and her mom. Before it's over though, I pull Amy aside to talk. She apologizes for her mom. I apologize for losing my cool. We hug and everything's good between us. That was Saturday, and Amy's on her honeymoon, but Amy's mom is out here slandering me to the world. The photos went up on Facebook, and when my grandma asked why I wasn't in half the shots, yeah, my parents are on my side, but other people are saying I was stubborn for no reason and taking off my glasses wouldn't kill me. That might be the case, but I wasn't comfortable doing it. I'm not ashamed of my glasses and hate anyone trying to make me feel otherwise. Maybe my baby cousin's wedding wasn't the place to dig in my heels, but I'm sick of the world acting like I'm ugly just for existing the way God made me. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Amy picked out her favorite pair of the ones you had because she liked how they looked. Her mom was on a rampage for no reason. I am similarly afflicted with poor eyesight, and I'm completely unable to function without glasses or contacts. The ignorance or lack of empathy from that woman is disgusting. Your glasses are part of who you are, and there's no reason to hide them. Not the idiot. What? Why were they even making it a big deal to begin with? People are so concerned about how photos are going to look. It's your presence that counts. End of story. People can be so insensitive. How will glasses ruin the photos? Clueless mother of the bride. Oh, I don't think she was clueless. I think she knew exactly what she was doing. This was an easy and effective way to get the attention off the bride and squarely on her, the one causing a big scene over nothing. The fact that she's roping other people into it now just further proves it. If she weren't a narcissist, she'd be trying to minimize the situation to prevent embarrassment. It is disgusting that this person was insinuating that OP is somehow less attractive while wearing her glasses. So I, 50 female, have been married to my husband, 53, for 25 years, and I have 21-year-old twins and a young teen. I used to be a network engineer for many years. I have 2 medical conditions that I have dealt with since I was in my early 20s. It is debilitating and painful. 19 years ago, my conditions became worse, and my doctors declared me permanently disabled. I went out of work and applied, and was given long-term disability within 3 months of applying. So for the last 19 years, I have, of course, am raising my kids. I do most of the cooking, but we have someone that comes in twice a week to do cleaning and laundry, as I can't do those things. My husband is an absolute gem. He works 8 to 10 hours a day, and thankfully works from home. He helps without my asking, and has never acted negatively towards me because of my disability. My mother has always been dismissive of my medical conditions, saying that she had aches and pains, but didn't let that get in her way. I've tried to explain that what I'm dealing with are not simple aches and pains. I've even given her printouts of my conditions, but she continues to blow it off. Well, she arrived last week for a 2-week visit. As soon as she walked into my home, she started complaining about our clutter, things like a pile of mail. During her visit, her remarks became more frequent and nasty, until finally, she told me I'm a terrible stay-at-home wife/mom, and she's surprised my husband tolerates this and stays with me because I'm a physical and financial leech that is too lazy to do anything. I lost it. I told her I'm not a housewife, and I didn't stop working 19 years ago to become one. I told her I am physically disabled and spend half my time in a wheelchair. I told her if anyone was a terrible mom, it was her for not recognizing and taking my medical condition seriously. I then told her to leave and go back home. I also told her that she was no longer welcome here until she could respect me, my home, and acknowledge my struggles. She yelled back and said fine, she'll not be coming back, packed, and went home. When she got home, she told my stepdad and sister her version of what happened. They both started calling me and telling me I was an idiot for throwing my mom out and for the other things I said. They wouldn't even listen to my side. So I told them I had no problem going no contact with them and hung up the phone. I think I might be the idiot because she is my mom, and maybe I shouldn't have been so harsh. Not the idiot. I wonder if she would have reacted like this if you had a disability she could see, like if you were an amputee or partially paralyzed. Furthermore, she doesn't live there or support you, and it's not your job to keep your home to her specifications. You set your boundaries because your mother does not comprehend and respect your situation. You did a good job, and I would go no contact with her. Not the idiot. Your mother is toxic. I also had a toxic mother, and I always feel guilty for standing up for myself with her. Some family members also made me feel guilty for it. It took one major incident to realize that no one has the right to treat me that way. And then standing up for myself felt terrific. Don't let anyone make you feel like you deserve to be treated that way or like it's okay. You did the right thing. When I, 26 male, was 22 years old, I had to step up and take custody of my younger brother, Isaac. He's now 18. It was hard on me. I had to step up and suddenly become a parent to him. But unfortunately, our parents were drug addicts, and they're not in the picture. And almost all family abandoned us, promised to be there, and just never stepped up. Isaac is a really sensitive kid. Sometimes he has really bad panic attacks and needs huge amounts of reassurance. He's not so independent emotionally, but he is still very responsible and doing good in school. He likes to stay with me and live at home while in college. Recently, he had some friends over, and they were drinking. We live in Europe, 18 is legal. I didn't mind that until they got out and wanted to drive around. I called Isaac aside. I asked him what he was doing, and he said he only had one beer and that's nothing, and that he was fine. I said no, and he got upset and started to argue with me. I didn't want to embarrass him, so I told him to go inside and told his friends we had some emergency and that I was sorry they had to go without Isaac. We had some arguments back and forth. Finally, I told him to sit down at the computer and played some compilation of drinking and driving videos. Isaac started to freak out after one video, but I made him stay for at least 5 minutes. I watched it with him. He didn't have a full-on panic attack, but he was slightly trembling. After that, he just apologized and went to his room. He didn't get out for about 3 hours, and when he did, he wasn't talking to me much. Only short answers. I'm scared I traumatized him. Not the idiot. You did the right thing. He might be traumatized over the video, but at least it wasn't him. He should understand the dangers of drinking and driving. Give him some time, then talk to him in a reassuring way that you only care for his safety, that whenever he drinks, you will be available to pick him up or call a ride for him so he won't be in danger. I'm not going to call you an idiot because drunk driving is a dreadful, dangerous thing, but you do realize he's an adult. You can't punish an adult. You can lay down rules for living in your home, etc., but you can't make him sit where he doesn't want to sit, etc. You risk driving him away altogether if you behave as if you have parental power over him. I'm glad you dissuaded him from drunk driving, as I'm sure you are as well. He was the idiot for even thinking about doing that. However, you know about his anxiety issues. Could you not have dissuaded him any other way? You likely did traumatize him a bit. But still, if this was your last resort, you would not be wrong. One of my cousins is engaged, and they're having a wedding in another state because his future wife has 2 relatives who live there. They're in their 90s and can't travel easily. Everyone who is invited to the wedding is not as old and healthy and would have no problem making the 2.5-hour drive there. My parents got upset when they found out about the wedding because it meant one of my brothers couldn't go. Legally, he can't leave the state right now because of legal issues. The cousin who is getting married is the son of my mom's sister. When my parents got upset, my aunt and other relatives tried to convince my cousin's future wife to change the wedding venue. My cousin told them to leave her alone and shove it, and said he isn't having 2 90-plus-year-olds being taken on an uncomfortable car trip that would be at least 2 hours away. Those venues close to the state border that my mom and aunt and relatives suggested were also booked up, and my cousin would have to push his wedding back by a lot. He said the wedding is happening at the original venue in another state and 10 minutes away from the nursing home. I'm an usher in the wedding, and my mom and aunt are a bit mad I won't try to convince my cousin to move the venue. My brother can't be an usher because of this. My dad also agrees, even though he isn't as vocal as my mom is. Personally, I don't think it's any of my business. The last time my mom and aunt asked me to talk to my cousin on behalf of my brother, I said he's an adult who can do it himself, and he has no one to blame but himself because all the legal issues are his own fault and no one else's. My mom said the legal problems ruined his life, and I said he did it himself. My parents, brother, aunt, and other relatives are mad at me for saying my brother ruined his own life and caused us problems because they all got told what I said. Am I the idiot for saying my brother ruined his own life and it's no one else's problem but his? Edit the incident. His girlfriend was in a car accident. He went to the scene and pretended to be a random pedestrian who saw everything from the sidewalk to the cops and the insurance company. He lied about the other driver causing the accident, even though his girlfriend did. The other driver in another car who wasn't involved had dash cameras that contradicted what he said and showed he wasn't even on the sidewalk. There was a court case and a lawsuit. He is still dealing with the fallout and will be for many years. LMFAO, your brother is a complete idiot. He tried to commit insurance fraud? Not the idiot. It's your cousin's wedding. If the cousin wanted a destination wedding, what are they going to do? Cry about it still? They need to get over themselves. And you were being honest about what your brother did. I don't know why your family has a hard time telling him he messed up. Not the idiot. Cousin can have their wedding wherever they want. Gotta ask, who on earth does family think is to blame for brother's legal problems, if not brother? Who do they think violated brother's parole, if not brother? The family is doing brother no favors if they're babying him, and it sounds like they are if he has mommy making calls to/about cousin and telling him he's innocent of his own actions.